Hi, Trina Wright here. It is day 31 of 365 days of realizations. So, what I want to talk about today as my realization is vibration. I want to talk about how powerful that is and interesting because I dance so much and play so much with my inner being, and sometimes I am taken aback, a little surprised by how real it feels, how much I can feel this like up leveling of myself, how I can feel this infusion of like love and light and this unconditional love, like this sense of how my inner being sees me and the worthiness that she knows that is mine, like that I am wrapped in this feeling of pure pristine love, that that's who I am and that she sees it so fully. And yet I can't, she's invisible. I mean, it's hard to sort of, how, okay, here, come meet my inner being. And then there's nothing, because we have put so much emphasis on the physicality, on the things that we can perceive with our five senses. And yet this is something that, invisible as it is powerful and is dictating how my experience unfolds, like totally, because based on my point of attraction, that's what I'm creating. That's what is coming back to me as the reflection. So I'm emanating. And what's so cool is I'm emanating a vibration, whether I'm conscious about it or aware of it or not. And it sounds just so simple. I mean, it really sounds so simple because, okay, so the only work I have to do is to be in line with my inner being and to see the world the way she sees it, to see everything as energy, to know that I'm infinite, to know that I'm energy, to know that I'm a creator, that I'm infused with love and light, to see everything as that, to see everything as possible, to see all of the energetic components of this illusion lining up to take me to whatever it is that I am in the process of creating, however it is that I want to show up, however it is that I want to serve, however I want to see myself reflected black in the mirror of this experience is available to me. So why is it hard? Which then takes me to another thing, because so much of our vibration, one, people don't see it as real, so we don't really pay that much attention to it. Though those of us with our feet on a spiritual path are definitely putting that first and foremost and out there in a big way. We know it. We know that we're vibration. So then what's one of the, what are the hiccups? What gets in the way? And I think it's partly just because it's so foreign. We didn't get told this when we first arrived. We believed in cause and effect, or we believed that there was things that could happen that we don't have any control over, you know, like an illness could get us, or an accident could happen, or some other person could do something that I don't want them to do. And any moment that we had evidence of that, we then took it to believe, to make that the truth, though it was just the law of attraction lining it up with our beliefs. So that's where we get to. We get to the fact that our vibration is influenced by our thoughts and our beliefs. So there's that other piece that takes it from like the energetic realm to the physical realm, which happens translated through those thoughts and beliefs. So then the other cool thing, it's not cool, but it's a good thing to note, and it's cool to see it and recognize it, is that not only is the vibration invisible, well then for the most part our thoughts and beliefs are invisible. And again, if you're on the spiritual path and we're being more conscious about that, we're really trying to tune in and be like choosy about which thoughts we entertain and which thoughts we don't. But yet we also then recognize that there's been a lot of momentum. I mean, it's like when someone says, how are you? I don't know if you've ever played this, but often you notice people don't tell you the highest, most exciting thing they have going on. Those words almost trigger people to bring up things that aren't going right so they can try to fix them. And of course, those of us that are living on this higher vibrational pathway are trying to retrain those things so that when someone says, how are you? You just automatically say, I'm high flying, I'm epic, I'm great, I'm wonderful, and just constantly holding that space of like, what is the best that I can find in any given moment. So definitely we're working with it, but there is still thoughts and beliefs that we don't even know. And so I was thinking about a few of those today. So with this worldwide dilemma with the illness stuff that's happening, this sort of idea that it could just come and get us, and the recognition that no, nothing can be inserted into my reality that I'm not choosing. So I'm going to stand in that. I'm going to stand in my invincibility. I'm going to stand in my perfection, in my knowing that I am well, that well-being abounds, that every cell in my body is vibrating that wellness and alignment, and just see that as one of those things that's being manifested over there by someone else, but isn't my reality, and I don't need to bring it to me. Also, something like food, we all engage in food all the time, and the idea that food is vibration. So in essence, we're not eating the food, we're eating our beliefs about the food. And for a long, long time, I believe this to be true. And I think it is true that like the food itself isn't bad nor good. It's just food. It's just we add layers of meaning to the food. So we think this food is bad and this food is good, and this food's going to upset my stomach and this food isn't, and this food might make me fat and that food might make me skinny. There's that whole layer of it. And so I've always said, with my kids and other people that I see, don't eat a food that you think is going to make you fat, because it will, because your body can't do anything with that fat except what you told it to do. So get in a different vibration if you want to eat the food, and also feel into it. Like if feeling like you want to eat the food makes you feel like good for a moment, but then you feel like, no, I won't feel so good, then maybe don't eat the food. And really just attune to that, not because the food is bad. That's not it. It's because your belief that the food is bad is what you're feeling, because Source doesn't see that. Source just knows everything is just vibration. So our emotional guidance system, working with our beliefs and vibration, will really help us to be more conscious in what we're putting out and so what we're getting back. But what I found so interesting is just how just simply being conscious about what we're vibrating, staying in a place of being attuned to that, being deliberate about it. Like, I want to vibrate. And like I was saying, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before, we are such good imagineers. We're so good at being in our imagination. Like, think about when you were a small child, how much you can imagine, and think about how easy it is to close your eyes and see a beloved person that you really care about and see the details of their face or to hear their voice. So we have that ability. So we also have the ability to imagine any feeling state that we want to imagine in any given moment, and just imagine it, be it, embody it, and then look for it around us and just expect everything to match that vibration, so that we're not just sort of haphazard in our vibration. We're really taking control of it and being conscious. And that has a potential to make a huge, big difference in our life as we step forward and engage in the reflection, in the mirror, in this vibrational illusion. And not only that, it feels good. Like, every time I dance with my inner being, it just feels like the truth of who I am. It feels like this Source flowing through me and to me, and it's always there. So as soon as I just like relax and just sit with no thought for just a couple seconds, that is me. It is the basis of me. It's what I'm made out of. So it's so simple and easy to feel. And as I tune into that vibration, then all cooperative components and all matching vibes are going to then easily come into alignment with me, come into resonance with me. And so this is just a small little way to do it. And think about different things you can do throughout your life as it stands right this minute that help this. I mean, this is part of why I have a morning routine, why I do energization and yoga. When I do yoga, I feel like as I'm doing yoga, I am awakening the reminder, the remembering of the Source energy that is me. I'm not a body doing yoga. I'm a Source being flowing in a body doing yoga. And together I'm doing it with my inner being. Source loves to dance with me. Source loves to play with me. Source loves to feel like it's having these physicalized experiences through me. And so when I see my own self, I feel like every bit of the yoga is this delicious sort of lovemaking with myself of just deep connection and deep appreciation for the choice to come into this realm, for the body that I get to adorn the whole time that I'm here, and to just see that as a real gift, but also as the clear remembrance that, oh yeah, that's right, I'm vibration. It's so easy to forget that and think I'm just a body, but no, I'm vibration. I'm vibration. And the focus that is called for when I do the yoga calls that out. Then I meditate, and when I meditate, I spend time just being with my inner being, just inviting her energy in and really tapping into that energy flow and move it and get it flowing to the feeling that like every part of me is infused and dancing with that Source energy, because that's who I am. And it's there anyway. I don't need to do this meditation to get me there. It's just a good reminder before I then set out. It would be like going on a big adventure and having to get your backpack all packed with all the things you might need so that you can go have a good adventure. You might want to take a bit of food. You might want to take a way to prepare the food. You would definitely want to take some water. You might want to take a tent or a bed, or, whatever it is that you would want to take on your trip. Well, think about it like that. When you get up in the day, you're actually stepping out of your own you're not stepping out anywhere because everything is ultimately your creation, but there's a perception that we're stepping into something else. We're stepping into an environment where the contrast is right there. So we go from a place inward where it's just all energy to a place where now the energy is pronounced out loud. And so I want to do whatever I can to prepave that and to make sure that I'm prepared. So one of the things that I do to prepare is to get in line with my inner being and to feel myself flowing as source before I've even encountered anything that's my reflection. Then I'm in just a much better state for all of it. Not only is my vibrating power better and am I more likely to vibrate to things that I want or to call those things to me, but then whatever comes, I'm much more likely to be able to see the joy in it no matter what it is. So I think I'll leave it today with that. And then of course, well, the last thing I'll say is I also come out into nature and just be in nature because there's something about it that just pulls me in more. And I do this thing where I do this walk with my inner being, sort of like a self-guided meditation where I just like imagine that she's right here with me, adoring me, loving me, and we're seeing everything through her eyes, through the eyes of that vibrational counterpart, source connected part of me. And it is inspiring. It is just epic. It's beautiful because every tree looks perfectly placed and wonderfully designed. And to say, you know what, that the way that those trees lined up and the way the sun is filtering through that, I did that because that's the reflection of me and the reminder of me to come back into that knowing of who I really am. So I invite you to play with that in whatever way feels good for you today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.